Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism, and this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Smiley, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I made a contribution. You can call me Smiley. I wrote in about 6 years ago as anonymous. The video was called Explaining Narcissistic Abuse. Some lean in, some lean out. That is an old one. Yeah, you have been with me a long, long time. My borderline narc alcoholic mother was the one who poured a cat box over my head, tried to get my husband fired, stabbed my brother, etc. I've been no contact with her for about 10 years now. It's been a great 10 years. I have had a lot of people in my life come and go since then, and we all do that. And once you go no contact and you're able to spot the red flags, a lot of times our lives become a revolving door of people coming in and out. Usually because once we spot it, you know what? I don't want to deal with this person anymore. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. A revolving door is not a bad thing post no contact, because you're seeing people and you're seeing things for what it is, and you're not allowing yourself to be abused. I'm not nearly as gullible as I used to be, and it's thanks to a lot of people's stories and videos that you've made. I've watched every video in order over the last 9 years. I'm sorry I only wrote in once. I thought you wrote in more than that. Because that's weird. I mean, I know how long you've been with me. I know you're one of the ones that have been there from the beginning. I thought you might have wrote in more than that. I think you've probably contributed more than that, though. Maybe that's it. I meant to write in again probably 100 times over the years. I'm proud to say that I can see new narcs coming a mile away. Sometimes I think I'm as good as you are, but then you will slap some knowledge down that shames my game. LOL. Speaking of LOL, I literally laugh out loud when you say sniz. Even when the subject is serious. Just hilarious. Well, that's the point of the channel. I mean, other than to give people validation for their abuse, that they're not crazy, okay, it gives you knowledge so you can spot things that you may not have thought of. And understand sometimes I spot things in stories I haven't thought of. Because I do this on the fly. I do this cold. And it helps me spot things on the fly that I wouldn't normally be able to do. Husband had a narc boss once. Boss was jealous of husband and took it out on him. Boss would triangulate husband with other coworkers. Husband started hating people at work, good people, and started hating his job. I told him if he asked to be transferred, to act like he doesn't care about it around the boss, or say wife wanted him to move, or the drive will suck, etc. That way, the narc will be happy to transfer him. That's a really good idea. Make them think it's something if you really want something and you want to get something out of a narc, make them think you don't actually want it, and you'll see how fast you get it. Believe me. Believe me. The best way to get what you want out of a narc is to make him think you don't want it. Just got to do it. That way the narc will be happy and to transfer him. It worked, as far as I'm concerned. Once he switched areas, his job got better. I told him it was his boss all along. He's not completely convinced of all my wild theories, but he sees a lot of the truth now. And that's hard. It's hard for people to come to terms, you know? People will buy the lie before they will buy they've been lied to or they've been tricked. It's much easier. It's much easier to buy the lie than it is to accept that you're being abused or you're being tricked. It just is. I have a friend who is newly single. I saw this narc coming for her. I told her all the right things. No contact. Don't answer him. Don't tell him why. Block and ghost. She almost never took the advice. And she's not a dumb girl. Just never dealt with this before. I would tell her what he's going to do next. and it would come true. He's going to start coming to your favorite places. Check. He's going to insist on speaking to you in person. Check. He's going to say sorry with random excuses for the behavior. Check. He's going to keep texting you if you tell him to stop. Check. He's not going to kill himself. Check. He's going to make friends with all your friends. Check. He's going to make you look crazy. Check. She would say, but I really like talking to him. We had a lot in common. Well, if you're going through all this, how much do you really have in common? See, now this is a problem, okay, what I say, and since you enjoy the word, this is your friend is letting her sniz run her life, okay? And in a way, her sniz was getting off on this attention of the stalking and the texting and this guy must really want me. No, that's your fucking sniz talking to you. She doesn't have all the self-esteem that she might think she has or you think she has. This is a girl trying to validate herself through her sniz. I said, no, he lied and said what you wanted to hear. He doesn't love your smile. He doesn't think you're strong. He sees you as a challenge to conquer. And her sniz sees the same thing, sees him as a challenge to conquer. The sniz loves the fucking compliments. The sniz loves hearing about the smile and how smart she is and how strong she is. That's letting her sniz do the thinking, and you can't do that. It was hard shit to hear, I'm sure. The guy is definitely gone now. She doesn't go to the places anymore. She talks to less people that talk to him. She blocked him. I really think I and you all had everything to do with how fast she got him out of her life. Well, she's lucky she had you there to be able to call it out as it's going on. Because once you get this down, because like I said, the narcissist runs the same playbook every time. Once you know the narcissist plays, you know it. You know what he's going to run. You know the play, you know the snap count, you know which hole he's going to run, you know what he's going to do. And when you know the playbook, you can tell somebody, this is what he's going to do, and this is how he's going to do it. And then he's going to do it. That's powerful. Like, oh my God, that's a hard thing to deny when you tell them verbatim what they are going to do and say, and then they do it verbatim. That is a hard one to overcome. That is a hard one to gaslight yourself about, meaning your friend gaslighting, like, oh, Smiley doesn't know what she's talking about. Meanwhile, her sniz is like, no, listen to him. He thinks you're hot. Like, no, this is a conquer. And the sniz and the narc try to conquer each other. That's the problem. You can't let your sniz get into the fight with the narc. You got to fight the narc yourself. As for me, the only ties I have to people that still talk to my mother are my brother and grandmother. I know that's not ideal, but I don't worry about them much because they don't show much interest in my day-to-day life, and I never really tell them much. My bro told me my mother was all excited that my son will be 18 soon, so he can see her. I went right to my kids with this news, and they laughed. See, and that's what they think. Your mother told herself, the only reason your son won't talk to her is because of you. She can't bring herself to the reality that her own behavior is why nobody wants to talk to her. They want nothing to do with her at all, and I will help them stay away from her as long as they want my help. My grandmother didn't speak to my mother for over a year after what she did to my husband, but she went back and started talking to her again, right? Oh, good, she did a year. And then what? Didn't change what she tried to do to your husband. She didn't take back her dumping a cat box over your head. Didn't take back her trying to stab your brother. Wait a minute, is the brother that talks to her the one who she stabbed? Because if it is, like, really, he's a ticking time bomb as well. It's only a matter of time before he does something stupid. And you know when it's going to be? It's going to be when your son turns 18 and your mother doesn't get what she wants, doesn't get access. Then it's going to be your brainwashed. He's going to come at you, not your mother. He'll come at you, okay, with you've brainwashed your son. Why can't he see your mother? That's the play here. If it's the same brother who got stabbed and he's still talking to her. Because that would just mean he's a son, husband, cuck. Basically being controlled by your mother's sniz. Ew. But I digress. My brother has been gray rock with her for years, but lately they've been doing family things together. I'm not stupid. I know my mother asks and knows things. I could tell they talk about me negatively too. Of course they do. But she can't go anywhere with any info she gets. I make it a point to never ask about her. I think the borderline types are less dangerous during no contact than the narcs are. Both are jealous and vindictive, but the narcs are the ones who plan these elaborate revenge schemes. Oh, the borderlines do too. Do not think that the borderlines are more calculating. The borderlines will sit and wait, where the narc will just run up in your face. Then the borderline will pick her moment when she needs to. Borderlines like my mother act more impulsively, still dangerous, but easier to combat with truth and logic. Well, if you've been no contact with her for 10 years, okay, that's not really impulsive. She would have broken by now. Well, now my brother is having his first baby. He wanted me to go to the baby shower. I didn't think my mother would be involved at all. Think again. Think again. Another chance at a grandchild? Do you think she's going to miss out on that? Hell no. Hell no. The borderline sits and waits. The borderline will sit and wait. But boy, oh boy, is she right there with all the I'm the grandmother statements. So I hear from my brother. You know what? I wouldn't even entertain anything. Because this is what my brother did to me. He bitched to me on the phone about my parents and then fucking turn around and stab the knife in your back. So be careful. Your brother is softening you up for a fucking knockout punch. I promise you this. I promise you. I do not want his big moment to be about me or her, but I'm not fucking going, right? I told him I would have to think it over. I never talked to him about it again, and I didn't go. But in the meantime, my grandmother was trying to get me to go, talking about how he would love for me to be there and to just ignore her. And I will tell her not to talk to you, etc. Oh, bullshit. They're all softening you up. They are all softening you up here. All of them. You can't fall for any of them. And this is why I say, once you're no contact, you can't talk to them. You can. If there's a bridge back to the narcissist, this is the type of shit. They just like little jabs, trying to weaken you, trying to soften your defenses. Eventually, they're going to come on a full-fledged attack. Guaranteed. Like that woman has ever done what she was told. I went back and forth for a week trying to decide what to do, thinking I could bring someone with me for backup, or I could come early or come late. Then Grandma asked again, really pouring on the gill. It did not work, and I actually started getting pissy with her. Here's the basic conversation. And I told you this was going to escalate. I know these people, they always escalate. They come in nice, they act aloof, and then the slow build because they're not getting what they want. And when it comes that crucial time, the full-fledged attack will come. Grandmother, Just be the bigger person. Do it for fuck you. Fuck you. Be the bigger person. Fuck you. No. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. No. Be the bigger. Fuck you. I don't want to be the bigger person. I don't have to be the bigger fucking person. You don't get to fucking tell me when I get over all this shit, if ever. Nobody does. Only I get to make that fucking decision, not you. Me, she could be the bigger person and stay home. Exactly. Grandma, she won't do that. Me, exactly. And why should I make the concession? She is the one that fucked up, not me. Grandma, she's sorry and didn't know what she was doing. Oh my God. If you go in, I don't think you did, but you were walking into a goddamn buzzsaw if you showed up at this. Because your mother would have been like, I know I got her. You can't give an inch. You can't give an inch. And this is the problem with keeping flying monkeys in your life after no contact. It is dangerous. They are eventually going to make their play. The flying monkey will eventually make their play if you don't cut them out. Me, no, she knew exactly what she was doing. She's a terrible person and always has been. She's never made any attempt to apologize for any of it. Not that I want her to, and she never will. I will not put me or my family in her presence. She is poison. Grandma, okay, well, think about it. I don't know what's gonna happen when I die. Okay, I love you. Bye. Throw in the death guilt. What is that? What has you done? What does that mean? So when you've been keeping her, basically you've been keeping her at bay and you're going to die soon. And because I didn't show up, now she's going to use this to come at me harder after you're dead. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You know what? Why don't we go coffin shopping right now, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Go fucking, get in a coffin. You go get in a coffin too, okay? I know what will happen when she dies. Her daughter will have no one at all. So what happened because I didn't go? They said she was selfish. She tried to make it more about her, tried to get attention, etc. I saw a video on Facebook, watched her asking people to help her with something while they were helping the 5-year-old do it. Wait, how do you do it? Ugh, that voice. Anyway, if I did go, it would have been her trying to talk to me or talk about me loudly. I would have been running in the other direction to avoid it. And she'd find a way to make me look like an asshole. Absolutely stupid. I surely would have went to the shower if not for your channel. And I'm glad I didn't. I sent a lovely gift, though. He doesn't have many people here, and neither does his fiance. Sucks because my house would have been a great place to have the party. But honestly, like that, our lives are not so close. Whenever we spend a lot of time together, we do clash a bit. So I'm careful. Well, I'm telling you, this attack is coming. This attack is going to come eventually. I'll try to write again soon, maybe more about my mother or write about some of the other people around me that I have dodged. I have an ex-friend because her husband is a big-time narc. She turned into something I don't recognize. They actually remind me of your parents. I have a lot of I have a treasure trove of stories about what they did to me. I love your point of view on politics, celebrities, and on people in general, as well as your commentary. Both you and Charlene take care, and like everyone else says, keep up the good work. Thanks again, Smiley. I'll tell you this. I mean, good job, and I am so glad that you've gotten so much out of the channel and out of everybody's stories. Okay? But it is only a matter of time before these flying monkeys make a full-on attack on you. And when the best thing you can do is to keep the flying monkeys in that revolving door. just keep them going, because it's going to happen eventually. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and story, Smiley. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Zelle or PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care, everyone.